We outside the building, man, on Ntokozo FM. This is where we at right about now. We react differently if it's towards easy. Some amanye bethu we weak, amanye we strong. So when someone says something, it's like vele, cause you got it. Amanye bethu, and you know yourself in now. The whole concept telling me come and interviewing no babes. Having a discussion, and then she was like, "No, get to me now." I was like, "It's remember that they've been together for 12 years." And like, "Hey, Puma in the men's about what the Puma in the men's says."
Adams Mission, Ntokozo FM.
Lyrics in the level manje via WhatsApp.
Ay, Puma bed.
Ay, ngiyakutshela ngiyakulalela.
Hayi lento angeke but I bengithenga ukuthi mina umuntu osha nge bold voice la radio kodwa manje sengiyabona ukuthi hayi khona hayi
Semhlabeni.
Mfumfanakagogo hamba kanjani boza?
Hello sanibonani, welcome to it, man.
Ngimuzwa kahle kwenzakalani?
Iphansi mic yami.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah. Izwakala le voice le. Abantu bayizwa ukuthi ke isiyazwakala manje sikhona la.
Sesikhona, nikhona. Nikhona.
No. Still sekhona into engahambi kahle nazo.
Okay, yeah, I see right ke manje.
Yeah,
Uyithusa bese lingapha ngakumina. Kodwa ke manje seku right ke siqondile. Siyakubingelela ke sokwamukela Mfumfanakagogo batshele ke ukuthi ke ubani Mfumfanakagogo.
Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, before we go further, let's why Ibani cruise drive, right?
Sunset cruise drive.
So who's the driver?
We both drivers.
Yeah,
we both drive. We just intertwined.
Shooting me, I'm just that guy who's still a big seat and you guys in the driver's side. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm gonna indeed is a form of respect. Hello. Thank you for tuning in onto Ntokozo FM right here. This is your boy, the new voice, the new kid, Mfumfanakagogo, man, aka Mr. Swag. Yeah, but we out here, man. Edumlazi, make a city out here on Ntokozo FM. It's so good for me to be here today.
Lovely stuff. I like the intro. You see now, Ushay link, man.
I'm recording a video.
Yeah, guys, like my parts, same parts.
No, uright ku TV. So, but I was telling you ukuthi Mfumfanakagogo ubani, uqhamukapi, usuka kuphi because omunye umuntu uzoyiqala ukuthi uba Mfumfanakagogo, you know.
Yeah. Mfumfanakagogo is a dreamer. Igama lakhe uThamsanqa. Siyabonga wakazuma ngihlala emlazi nkanini so emlazi nkanini so basically this is the thing Mfumfanakagogo ne he's a dreamer khona ufana to Thamsanqa then khona Mfumfanakagogo there's two people so Thamsanqa is a dreamer who's following his dream he's a God-fearing young man and then there's Mfumfanakagogo whom is a character so I have a side of me papile yabo but uThamsanqa papile Mfumfanakagogo papile so what I've done is ngikhule ngumjito papile esikoleni yabo but then I realized this is a skill this is a talent so what I can do is I can channel myself it's okay if I feel some type of way then I'm going to be this person then that's how Mfumfanakagogo came about kahle that's my nickname I was given by Majid because umfundisi because I always speak positive things and yabo so kuhamba kwaba khona ikhadi lakho nami sengidli yobisi yabo so that's why ngeke wona so umfundisi ukhona umfundisi nje ayi wena umfu wena manje yabo so Mfumfanakagogo it's my upbringing I was raised by my grandmother so ngelinye ilanga I was doing ngangenza amanye auditions so at the end of the audition ngathi okay ungakhohlwa ukuthi Mfumfanakagogo ke bafethu. And then from that day it clicked ukuthi Mfumfanakagogo. And then that's how the name came about as well. So yeah, Mfumfanakagogo is a dreamer. I'm many things. Depend ukuthi size ngani la. So namhlanje I'm here as an artist, but I am a creative. I am a presenter, a voiceover artist. Yeah, it's kuningi. I'm a stylist. Angazi ukuthi ngizochaza kodwa kuya ngokuthi size ngani la. So today I'm here as an artist.
Sizengo Puma. Asivele sifocus kuPuma ke. Sure, mfethu ayishaya kamnandi introduction yakho mfethu, and even for me oqala ukuthi namhlanje sibe nale interaction esinayo. So sengivele ngakhanyeleka kamnandi sithomba ukuthi kahle kahle who is this person standing right in front of me right now. But I'd also like to now focus on is this song that you actually you've just released, and I know that you're working on an album as well. But let's first now talk about this song.
The song
Puma. What is happening here?
Puma. We living in a time where social media is dominating, and for me, I grew up, I was bullied when I grew up. And then now, bullying, it's very rare when you find people bullying each other on the street. So this is where you're going to find people bullying each other on social media in these days. So the song Puma came about through cyberbullying. Abantu, they're always interfering in other people's businesses. So for me, the song was a way of voicing out and be the voice of those who cannot speak for themselves, and then use my voice repeatedly. Get it, Puma endabeni zethu, Puma, So that's how the song came about, because it came about through that influence. So people should learn to mind their business, but then I use that in a song and just be vocal about it.
So moving forward, I think what you made like interest because most of people abakwazi ukuyikhulumela. Abanye baze bayikhulumele ngencwadi nakhona incwadi oyithola vele very late, So but I hope ukuthi ke abantu bazoyizwa message ngendlela right, but I'm glad because you just mentioned ukuthi ke kade si off air ukuthi ke you also working on a music video nakhona. So
it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense because for now it's like it's just like a gqom song and stuff. It's a Puma.
Bese ivela phezulu khona uvule icala bese uyoma kwi-fence uyicule kakhulu la Puma.
The nicest part about the song is that everyone can relate to it, and it will depend ukuthi i-situation yakho nime kanjani. So ubani lo funa phume kwini bekwenzakaleni, but ngoba ngishilo ukuthi the influence it was through social media, but nakhona when you find people who interfere in your business abaphuma endabeni zabantu fethu should drink water, and mind their own business. Like for instance, we were talking off air, we were talking about this girl that has been bullied on social media, bethi imbi she umekahle abantu girl, but then you find people abazobuka indlela yona, and then they want to criticize what you are and on who you are. And angazi uthi indaba umuntu mehlele kube bhodekile phethe phone yakhe on Facebook ufake into yakho, and then they feel obligated ukuthi ba comment entweni zabantu.
Yes. As this much they are obliged to comment, and if you don't have anything to say, just keep your mouth shut.
Exactly. If you don't have something positive to say,
just keep your mouth shut. Just browse through and then just say nothing.
And I think it's very important ukuthi ke nakhona futhi njengoba senmentioned ukuthi umuntu muso ukwesa umuntu ngento akwazi ukuyishintsha.
Exactly.
Something you can change, because if unopetela angikwazi ukuchintsha ngenze njani,
I even said of abanye abantu they are very weak in terms of dealing with such bullying. I would like to believe ukuthi almost all of us we've been bullied during our time when we were growing up. Mina ngikhwele emakhaya, and I've always been skinny. So I was called to stick sweet as college. I was skinny, I was having a big head, so so bangibiza ngo stick sweet,
yabo. See, remember about lollipop no matter pop.
Whatever the case might be. Lokho kuyeqala yabo. So at first it started to like young troubleshoot because I was still a kid at the time. Stick sweet. Manzi ngiyodlala nabephotho. Asidlali no stick sweet uzophuka. Yabo.
Yeah.
Kodwa ngithe mangabe ngiphuma e-lower primary, because that's thing what happening e-lower primary. Mangiqala ngene higher primary, I counseled myself with Yazin. I cannot change this. Let me just accept myself for who I am. If when you feel good, awuncayo okay that's your baby mina ngiyazincanya ngicred and bakhona abaye bancane I am
Yeah.
ekhaya bancanya abangani bami ngasekhaya bancane no nabanye la esikoleni ba grade ngami so I'm not going to entertain you let me just focus what I'm here for and that's it but they're not having that ability
confident enough to speak out and that's the thing because yabona abanye abantu khona abantu who just like uBlack Coffee has been bullied several occasions but email into yakhe you know and not everyone has that ability
Exactly. I always admire that individual because every single time when you read his story, when you hear about his growing up period, you can see this guy went through a lot in his life. To even get where he is today, he had to work twice as much than an average person. But anyway, let's not dwell much on that. Let's get
But mina ngifisa wazi ukuthi njoba like wenza into eningi you know ukhona go TV ukhona ku fashion and then ukhona ngapha ube photographer futhi mina ngibe ngidideke ngasaboni kahle so ngifisa ukwazi ukuthi ke mhlawumbe yini esekwenza ukuthi manje stick ku music before mhlawumbe siye on your next song.
Okay, so the thing is, one of the things that actually made me do this, it was his suggestion. So basically, we working on it on publication. You know what a publication is? So we working on it on publication. We had not launched it as yet. We had one before, but it was not much into the standard. But the one that we have and the guys that we're working with, it is up to a standard. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a community at home. It's a music while I depend, you know, and it's global music. However, fundamental, it doesn't have a backbone. Where, for instance, if because I was into this thing and I was doing these shows because I've been searching about ukuthi iqale ubani Puma kubani so khona show nje now you can go on my YouTube on Go Music Culture on YouTube you can find all the interviews with about Tukzin, about Tipsy, about Babes, about all the Comcats yabo. So basically what we're doing is we were searching ukuthi iqale kanjani generally. However, when I was searching there's one Chinese guy ethi igqomo ulibone kumaphorisa but then umaphorisa manje is doing amapiano so if bazibona umaphorisa that means they don't even understanding because umaphorisa is yedwa akalazi usiqale kanjani because it's dance music and it's music that started from Megas.
You know, I mean sorry uhlele my Devin just when you speak of umaphorisa is one producer who is versatile. He can everywhere. Whatever you give him the concept of niggas ayona he's actually going to excel in it. So now if uzo measure ngaye ukuthi into ijabulise uyazi ngaye as if manje he's one of those founders of it's not going to be
so that's where the confusion came about and hence we came up with this concept called music culture where we want to build a platform so if anyone want to search about the culture when I began this thing when I started doing the show that I was doing this YouTube channel called Music Culture it's surprising that I've been meeting people by Pesha and they've been approaching me hey do you know that there's someone kanje Pesha that's how I end up teaming up there's a guy Pesha I'll mix master precise I end up hosting a show in South Africa where I'd send him I'd go to studio and record stuff he'd ask me questions then I'd record stuff and then send it to him and that's how we started working out why because now they're searching for the community by the abayas so now each EMC music culture as well is just there to ensure anyone who wants to know the backbone the culture everything about Qom then bazothola so from there what will say as in order for you with abantu from the culture to know you athi awucule mnganami because ngiyakwazi vele uthi uyakwazi wathi ngizokubhalela mfethu yabona lento le ngizokubhalela I'm like nika ngazi ngizwenza kanjani let's work on a song then we work on this song this was the first song that she actually worked on but angirecordanga yona kuqala the first song that I did was sama nomuntu I did it no own so from that song and then it's like mnganami that was a good introduction and then when I came to the song because I wrote it for a month because angazi ngizothini qala so I was listening to the beat and then it flashed then from there that's how it took off it's okay so from there onwards let's just work on an EP that's it my tracks out 5 and then from there from 5 my tracks out 8 manje so I'm close to 10
the whole album is full
kahle is about 10 if it's ngilinde skills which ali beno this young man uThukzini ngifuna ukugcwalisa ngabo about 2 because I'm working with all these Qom DJs about Griffith Vico Canvas Music DJ Lucimen Strongo Boys and so forth ngiyakutshela lalela
engathi nasisiza ngama uno nje ama 1.1 yena ugijima nge
I'm exploring my talent. One thing I've realized ukuthi yabona njengamanje since this COVID thing is actually took place yabo if you're dependent on one thing uzoba nenkinga.
Yeah, true that.
So explore yourself for entertainment. Mhlawumbe kade presenter on radio, do TV, do podcast, do fashion if you love fashion, if you love cooking, go for cooking, you know, explore yourself.
All right, let's go back to the music right now and just digest this whole very juicy meal we've just eaten right now. Hey?
Yeah, can you just introduce the song that we're playing right now?
Okay, this song right now, it's a very prophetic song. It says Figile. I did the song with Stronger Boys. I was actually prophesying upon my life, seeing doors opened up, seeing imnyango ivulekile, and seeing me living the life that I always wanted to live. So hope you do enjoy the song. It says Figile Iskati by Mfumfanakagogo featuring Stronger Boys.
Uyabona ukuthi ngisho kuthi umdala ngisho kuthi umncane uyaenjoy le ngoma.
Yeah. Yabona mfethu, mayethiwa sesifikile isikhathi. Akekho noyedwa ngamendleleni yakho. Washo usifiso okuncane wathi uma uNkulunkulu esevumile akekho kungathi cha.
That's true. That's very true.
This song is very beautiful and it's got a very strong message that appeals to almost every one of us. And I like the construction of the song. I'm not familiar kangako negqom kodwa I can relate to good music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not only
thank you, man. Thank you. Ngabe ngiyacishe ngablasha la.
So yeah, man. I love the way you guys came up with this concept of the song, and then the construction of the song, the vocals, the chords, everything is in place.
Yeah, ngiyabonga mfethu. For me, the song it is inspired by the pandemic. Song esilimele mfethu.
Sure.
You know, abanye bethu we were working emsebenzini aqhuma ama retrenchment letter, angena ama emails. You know, company shut down, houses zizathatha imizi kothatha imoto, you know, ama livelihoods ifethu ashintshile mfethu asabona ngisho ama slay queen eposta these days ukuthi
konje kwakuyini
vacation shubile.
Oh yeah, ngisho vacation obey abantu.
You know, asabona manje kupost izandla sekushubile mfethu.
So there were some retrenchment that took place. They were shut down, and to those who are remaining at work, their salaries were cut down. Yabona nje bese ke out of the blue ama MECs, ama ministers amnyuselwa ngo 2.5.
Yabona nje bafethu, yabona. Mina mfethu ngicaba nje bethu ama billion amangaka nje bafethu. Abafethu bazonikeza 350 kula ma billion.
Yabona ke nje ya 500 billion. Mhlawumbe nje ngiyikhuluma sonke isikhathi yabona 500 billion lo. I-population yethu la eMzansi is 56 million. Sisonke. Esirecordiwe ke Home Affairs.
Okay.
Sibayeke la abanye abangarecordiwe.
Okay.
Yeah. But thina score 56 million. Kulo 500 billion, each and every one of us would have got $1 million each, and then sibe grand. Kupine kusale 444
angeke bafo.
something. I'm telling you.
Ngathi ngibala le mali efika ku trillion if we had to split it into a million, because manje it's angithi phela ku 500 billion. Okay, asenze kanje. Ishumi ku 100 rand bangaki? Awu hundreds. So okusho ukuthi amashumi asithi abantu aba 1000, that makes a billion to a million. Yabo 1000 lenza a billion because u8 uzera abathathu. So from there awubale from kusukela lapho ke
but still they were still going to be remaining with the last.
Yeah, because bakhona vele abantu abanemali mfethu, bakhona abantu who are wealthy bebengayidingi le mali, but it's just that nje mfethu we have leaders who are selfish, who think of themselves, their own interest. Hence we are suffering. A country mfethu, we one of the most influential country in the continent. However, if there were people who had inking abana plan.
Yeah, moving forward, guys, I think what we need to forget about is ezosiphatha kabi. At the moment, we are focusing on the album. Because show izokwenza into eyibukwayo, because I think almost zonke ingoma ezobe zine message, because I've just listened to songs and ngiyabona ukuthi nazo zine message ngendlela esimanga. I think at your age mhlawumbe uzogqugquzela abantu abaningi you know like anyway same age nabo ukuthi babone impilo ngenye indlela you know especially because you're coming from ekasi even worse from
in a very negative environment. Yabona now that you've mentioned that, yabona bafethu, one of the things that I want to speak to Mtomoshe, if you lalele, you're a dreamer and you're passionate about yourself. Yabo, forget about people, forget about ukuthi abantu bazothini. You would say usuyacula futhi manje, what the presenter manje, at the actor futhi lona.
Motivational speaker.
Forget about people, do what you want to do. Chase your dreams, follow your passions. Yabona bazokuxeka vela ama naysayers akhona, but if you're going to worry about what people are saying, you're going to yabona khona inhliziyo ngisho ukuthi it's either you're going to allow fear to stand in front of you or before you. And if fear is uyibeka ngaphambi kwakho izokuvimba, you're not going to go further. But if you take your fears uyibeke emva kwakho, izokupusha for you to go and chase your dreams. Go for your dreams. You know, don't allow any voice or anything hinder your progress.
NgesiZulu ke kuthiwe ke izinja azikhonkotha imoto emini kodwa make yaqala yaduma yasuka yahamba azigijima nayo uthuli. So ngabanye amazwi ke nje, never ever listen to the crazy noise that doesn't give you any clear voice as to what must you do in your life, because if you are going to do that, you'll actually build yourself obstacles ongawadingi.
Yes.
So I wanna there are so many things that you can always relate to mangabulala indaba iitori zabanye abantu. Mawulala uthi okay so and so udlule la nala ukuze afike la ekhona, because kade sikhuluma indaba Black Coffee khona manje ukuthi Black Coffee has gone through so many challenging and testing.
Phuma lemlazi kasi,
you know what I mean? But ekugcineni is an international somebody. He's staying overseas most of the time. You know what I mean? And
hamba nge-private jet. Hamba nge-yacht.
Hamba ngayo. That guy can buy his statulos 100,000 as in cash. You know what I mean? So now again you can always make it. You know, baningi singenza ngabe ama examples. Naba abantwana laba lo wakambatha uNomzamo. You know, or Queen Bee. You know what I mean? So you know, if those guys can make it, what can stop you?
I think ayikho into esuke ngakuvimba mhlawumbe ke Mfumfanakagogo ungathini ke especially as you know ukuthi when you're coming from a negative environment, because abantu ehlala eduze kwabo abekho that supportive, and each and every time wenza into they always look for into
wrong.
You know, discouraging.
Njengoba ngisho eqaleni ngimention ukuthi njengo Robert Deadflow, most people they were saying lo muntu just graduated and then now wenza umculo hip hop, why? But once uthema Switzerland eseqala yaphesheya beqala bemrega H&M say ambassador wonke umuntu manje, so uthini kumuntu onjalo ongayithola support or even endlini, because sometimes again
ukhuluma ngami
you know, because uzosho ukuthi nangu uThoko aye uFabulous nje ayikho yazi kwaza lo Thoko ufuna ukucula nje kuphela
yaletha ngala uyabhala ngala uyacula ngala uyasakaza kodwa yonke into yakhe asiboni imali asiboni lutho nje asiboni lutho.
There's one thing uyishilo wena njengamanje indaba yemali. Abazali they more concerned about imali ukuthi uzokhokhela into yenzayo. Yabo abazali, most of parents they don't care what you're doing, but as long as it brings money, because we raised by a society where uzohola malini muthola umsebenzi, the first question abakubuza wona uzohola malini. So it's all about imali kwena, kanti it's not about money within what you're doing. Yabona when you're following your passion, yabo it's about the purpose. The purpose its own, it pays you. The more you keep following your dreams, the more iphupho lakho likwenza ube ne-worth. So once iworth yakho iyanyuka, the more imali ingena.
In fact, you're touching on a very critical point, because when you're talking about ill-worthness, ne riches, those are two different things.
Exactly.
Someone who's rich is completely different from someone who's worth.
Yes.
On their worth.
On their worth. Yes.
Because worth, umnotho olasta generation to generation. Kanti ukuba rich into yakho wena wedwa njengamanje makufa wena kuphela labanza ngemva abanalo.
Exactly. So to the question that you were asking me, Pebintosh, I was just highlighting what my guy was actually saying. So to your question about kunzima nge understand ukuthi kunjani being coming from a family where you're not going to get support. Yabo mina manje ekhaya yabo they support me now because bayabona. So bayabona manje it makes sense what I'm doing. But before it was not like that because babengazi ukuthi wenzani. And when I used to go for auditions without even telling them ngithi ngiyafika ama auditions engiyabheka ingane iphelezelo mababo baba yabo ugogo mina ulela akazi nokuthi ngiphi yabo so like isimo besingafani but however it's not about ukuthi sometimes gini back support yini abanye they very privileged to get support from their parents abanye they not just like myself however akukona lokho kubalekile ukuthi wena ufunani yabo what do you want to achieve do you want to change your circumstance kini sometimes I used to leave ekhaya thola ukuthi bayiphuzela nje fethu nje everyone is having fun abazi nokuthi kwenzakalani ngami abazi whether I'm going through depression no one asking because babona ngigqoke kahle ngiclean ukuthi shungu ngithi right you know like some families they don't care the only thing they care about is ukuthi what do you going to bring on the table at the end of the day so sometimes if it's not easy ngenqamba manga ukuthi ube ngathi kulula it's not easy however you need to be a person who's persistent who knows what they want and go after your goal if it's ungavumela abantu ungavumele your circumstance does not define your purpose or your destiny
Sure.
it's just where you are
Sure. You know, you also touched on something very important that you said. Right now at home they're supporting you because now they know and they can see where this is going.
yes
But before you had to try and emphasize the importance try and persuade them ideologically as to they must get to see the vision that's when you see bona bangayibona because into esha abantu abaningi nofethu lento ukuthi when I have a vision this is within me I'm the only one who's seeing it
yes
the rest of everybody will actually get to see that when it becomes practical
exactly
once it's a theory say vision no one's gonna say it and when I spit it out they're not gonna believe it it's ungitshela ngaleyo nto kanti Mfumfanakagogo wayenza yamhlula uDowo
exactly we are so quick to refer to people who have failed
exactly
as I remember when I went to varsity yabo ngangifuna ukwenza tourism antu angikhuza wathi no don't no ngangifuna ukwenza drama wathi don't do drama she referred me to one of her friends yabo who's one of her friend studied drama and uhlele ekhaya manje so iyalambisa lento but sometimes I've realized ukuthi abanye babazali bane fear because of what they know yabo and not what they if faith abantu badinga faith in faith because abantu bahamba ngokubona bafuna ukuhamba ngokukholwa
to add on that they need faith they also need to work hard and they need to stop being lazy because sometimes sibulawa ilokho I think ukuthi you mentioned earlier on ukuthi you did a research and then only to find out ukuthi labantu buyitshela ukuthi ibona abaqale igqom akubona but even abantu aba top now they don't even have information kwathina sometimes we just need a research
exactly
you know
Linda is very deep right now because you know le interview vele yashintsha yangasahamba ngale channel kodwa at the same time isahamba ngayo futhi ngoba manje it's becoming very much complex to a point ukuthi it touches so many angles that need to be touched in order for everyone to have a clear understanding as to when you decide to do what you believe in you must always make sure that you embrace that and you run with it. You don't allow any other obstacle or any trial and tribulation that comes before you to defeat you. Rather make it a stepping stone towards your destination because at the end of the day, it's all about you.
Yes.
If someone comes and tell you that, you know what, you're not going to make it, then prove the person wrong because you know very well that now you've got what it takes to be the best and shut from the rest. And that's why somebody might say that because we has doubter in herself and doesn't believe in him or herself, une low self-esteem but mebona wena une high self-esteem. Ufuna umuntu azoba kwi-camp yakhe azobelonga kule group yakhe abantu abayima-failure elifini so how can he make it if yena kwazi uyenza mina ngakwazi ngcweve lesale sonke
yes the day show fabulous one day when I was doing my first auditions it was 2011 so ngabiza amajita engihlala nawo ngasekhaya and I was like guys kwenza ama auditions bafethu ngicela ningijudge so they were like maybe 15 bahleli college lihlala khona kuthiwe kafera so bahleli kuvranda amajita then ngathi ngiyaqala ke bafethu I did my audition bathula engithe ngiqede ebangihlekanga kanje lo ebangihlekanga kanje yabo ngithi bafethu kanjani ebangidakathe esipedela wena yazi hello bese uphema kakhulu yabo that's the thing like and ngithi mina they're gonna give me maybe encouragement, you know, and advice and
constructive criticism.
But manje babukuthi lo uyibona ukuthi uyini. Uyibona ukuthi
But are they looking at you in a negative eye?
Exactly.
Ababheki ngendlela constructive uthi okay sharp. Okay yena sharp yayishala nto yakho kodwa manje mhlawumbe kumele alungisela nalala ngaba ngcono kakhulu.
Ayikho ngisho i-constructiveness kulento abayenzayo. However, kuthe ukuhamba kwesikhathi because sometimes you don't have to always prove yourself to people, but you need to do what you're saying you want to do up until they turn their back but say hey nika siyakubona usu on nika.
You know that word you just said right now. It reminds me of Ngoma Java no Beast.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think most of the time it's very important ukuthi ibeats ingahambi yodwa because yenze ezinye izinto zibe lula nokuthi
exactly.
So ke but moving forward nginxa isikhathi sicela utshela mhlawumbe ukuthi ke mfana ngakho bangakuthola kuphi inkundleni zokuxhumana.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Mfumfanakagogo, Instagram, Mfumfanakagogo. Just one word, Mfumfanakagogo. Igama elilodwa nje liphelele. Mfumfanakagogo on Facebook, it's Mfu space Mfana space ka space go. Mfumfanakagogo is just that's the tag, that's the name. Yeah.
And then your music that is out already right now, how do we actually get an access to?
Bafethi sambeni go iTunes, sambeni go Spotify, stream my music, download my music bafethi. Ingoma yami ngifaka nje ka MP3 scale ayona mahala bafethi. So you need to pay for music. We need to feed our family too. So nje bafethi imali encane nje bafethi you can go out there, you can stream if you have an Apple iPhone, stream, download the support bafethi. We need support in order for us to be able to change lives as well.
Thank you so very much. Fethu, thank you so much for coming through and also gracing us with your great presence and we wish you all the best in life. I know you are going very far in less than 2 years. I know you're gonna be based in overseas.
Hey, I receive. No, but thank you so much for the opportunity. This is actually the first interview that I've done. I think we're not doing the Sabantama interviews, but this time around I've got a chance, and I appreciate the fact that in the like Aslam. So even when I go abroad, I know Ntokozo FM. This is when I did my first interview. So you guys must remember this day.
Sure. Because I think everything was very profound. You know, from a wise man. But mind you, moving forward to Tyler and then Cool Drink. It's getting late and it is late now.